In the name of the king, I hereby sentence you to death.
What about my trial? What the fuck is going on? No. The hell? That's not right. You can't sentence somebody to death for rumors.
Bring forth the next prisoner!
Fucking asshole. Well, might as well keep our honor at least.
This young woman is accused of murdering a loyal servant of the king. Who here bears witness to her crimes?
I will speak to them. This woman is a traitor and a murderer!
Shameful! Take her head! Kill her! She's
A
innocent!
disgrace to her family name!
Spare her!
Mira Forrester, in the sight of gods and men, and in the name of the king,
End it!
I sentence you to die.
Shame!
Raven!
Kill her!
If you have final words,
Shame!
speak them now.
This is all a sham.
Shame! This is no justice, and you all know it! Raven! Coward!
Kneel.
It doesn't work like that. I refuse. But the game won't let me. Bullshit. Now what, Garrett?
Forrester. They were nothing but Stark loyalists. And the Starks are dead. Are you listening, Reek? Father wanted to make sure they'd bend the knee. And what do I find? A child lord. Ethan the Bold. With some parasite by his side. As if I'd come to negotiate. And I thought, oh, this is going to be fun.
Mira was so devoted when we first came to King's Landing. That day Cersei dragged her before the throne, Grandmother, I was actually worried for her. But she didn't have any trouble swearing loyalty to Joffrey right in front of me. Then she had the audacity to go behind my back with Tyrion when I'd clearly forbade it. There was no thought of how fragile my position with the Lannisters was. And now, with all that's happened to her, who knows what else Mira was doing without my knowledge? Grandmother, it makes me question if she was ever loyal to me at all.
I saw something of myself in Garrett Tuttle. I thought I could trust in him, Sam, but I was wrong. He gave me his word that he'd stay true to the vows he'd made in the Godswood. Yet before a day was out, her brother was dead at the foot of the wall. I needed his sword at Craster's. I defended him to Frostfinger, and it cost me. Whatever happened up there, a man of the Watch doesn't run away.
Who should return then? But another Lord Forrester. Roderick. Back from the Twins with balls so shrunken he let Griff Whitetail beat him into the mud in his own yard. Reek, I had to come and see this walking tragedy for myself. But he didn't even have the courage to stab me with my own blade. But then he killed the man who betrayed him. I was rather starting to like him, and then I thought, let's play a game. That's when the fun really started.
There was something about Asher Forrester. You would have liked him, Miss Sandai. He was cocky, surely, but he wasn't uncharming. Asher needed my help. I needed to know if he deserved it, so I tested him. And he impressed me. He followed my every command, despite what it cost him with his companion. For that, he earned my help and my respect. I wish I could have done more for him. Perhaps, if I had, things would have turned out differently.
Loyalty. Friendship. Respect. Without them, we have nothing. I don't know if Mira ever understood that, Grandmother. I know she told me the truth about Sarah, but she also broke a promise to Sarah to keep a secret. In the end, I respect that she was willing to do whatever it took to get what she wanted. But at so high a cost.
Roderick. I could have told him this story wasn't going to have a happy ending. His brother dead, his mother dead, his little pile of timber in ruins. I just wish I'd been there to see it.
That Bolton bastard let their upstart houses go to war, Father. I'm not unfamiliar with these Forresters. Stubborn to the end. They fought hard, I'll give them that. But they were too bold, defiant when they should have been smart. Ruthless instead of shrewd. When will these Northerners ever learn? The Starks are dead. The war is over. And they lost.
Wow. Unwavering conviction, eh? That's interesting. Very, very interesting. I do like the way they broke down my decisions in the end there. Oh, there's one more scene, I guess.
Roderick?
We haven't much time.
At least Beska did her duty there. And here it is, our last episode roundup. Like I said, there are some decisions that I might have regretted, but I do stand by them. So yeah, we lied to Marjorie, I guess. I wasn't sure if I was actually lying there. She was definitely not. Sarah definitely not came up with that. She helped me. We were complicit in doing what we did. But I had to save my own skin. Margie was all I had as Mira to, still stay in favor. And I made those decisions also to not marry Morgren because I knew, and that is where I'm really like, this is not how this game works. This Game of Thrones, this world in Game of Thrones works. Noble people do not just get executed. They need to have a trial first. That's the law. Okay? That's bullshit. I'm sorry. I don't I don't accept that, honestly. I was thinking of trying to wait it out and hoping, just, hoping against hope, but still, that we could win the battle, and that would maybe save Mira's life, right? Obviously, I risked dying in the meantime. We and 48.7% butchered Carter for the blood magic. Again, that's the thing. The North Grove must never be lost. If the White Walkers manage to go beyond the wall, then that's it. You can kiss your ass goodbye, basically. And I didn't do it gladly. I kept talking about, backstabbing him because he's a wildling and he may have been plotting against me from the very beginning, but I guess he wasn't, but who knows. Anyway, if that's what it takes to keep the North Grove safe, so yeah, I just thought that's what we need to do. Now this, I wish I could go back and see if that might change the tide in battle. But most of the people playing this, probably for the first time, the 6th episode came out yesterday, made the same decision. Yeah. I don't know, maybe if we kill Lord Whitehill and then come to Ironrast's rescue, we might be able to, do it, sacrificing Ryan. But yeah, we stayed behind because that's the right thing to do. Even though I'm not sure about this whole blood magic thing. I really am not. But that is Game of Thrones, everybody. Oh yeah, one more thing that I have to, that I still have a gripe with. Overall, I would have liked if, two more things actually. I would have liked if the game had given me more time to, at least the option, to buy me some time in order to plan more carefully. Like I thought at the beginning, our idea was to kind of feign weakness and subservience to the Whitehills and the Boltons in order to keep them in the dark, all the while gathering strength all around us. Like, for example, Asher's sellswords, then Elena's support that never actually did anything. That was the worst, actually. I was so proud of winning her onto my side, and then she didn't turn out to be of any help whatsoever. Man. But I wanted to gather all those troops and then strike when they least expected. And the game wouldn't let me. And Tom, really kind of a useless character in the end. I was really thinking Varys might show up at the very end or whatever and whisk Mira away or something, I don't know. But all Tom was there for was just being helpful every once in a while and I guess being the scapegoat in the end to be killed instead of Mira if she wants to go with Morgryn. The whole Mira storyline was probably the weakest part of the whole game. They did their best, I guess, but just didn't work out. There were so many unexplored options and missed opportunities is probably the right word. Oh well, oh well, oh well. But let's not forget the good over the bad. I did enjoy myself greatly. Some of the episodes were better than some of the others, but still, they build on top of the Game of Thrones world beautifully, and it shows that they had George R.R. Martin's head assistant as, I don't know if he wrote it or co-wrote it or if he just consulted the writing staff of Telltale. And that has always been their strength. They know what's important in a story and they keep you hooked, and the characters are beautifully written. You actually feel for them. Some of the situations they put them in maybe are going into kind of a cliche territory. For example, the lady that was in jail with Mira, I knew exactly what they were going for there. They tried to pose the question, or rather the decision, to me before it actually happens and before it actually affects me. And then they do the exact same thing, but put me in that situation and force me to reconsider my decision, maybe. They've done that a few times in their games lately, and people are starting to pick up on that. That's a problem. And the second thing that most people don't like about Telltale Games is that when you are confronted with a decision, but there's actually no real way of answering one way or another, the game still forces you into a linear path. And as a player, you don't like that. You don't want to see behind the curtain. You want to be in the moment and not thinking, oh, well, here we go again. I can't change anything anyway. But my point is, this kind of illusion of choice is not a bad thing until you realize that that's what's going on. You're reminded that this is a video game you're playing and it jerks you out of the whole experience. But to be fair, Telltale has actually gotten better at this. In Game of Thrones, those moments were very, very few and far between, but they still stick out like a sore thumb, you know? But yeah, that's my opinion on Game of Thrones. Like, overall, still a really good game, and I had a lot of fun, as well as you, hopefully. And why don't you join in the discussion a little bit? Tell me what other decisions you've made, what were your best and your worst scenes in the whole thing. Did you agree with any of the stuff that I was talking about? Do you have anything else to add? Just pour it all out. And before we start watching the credits, thank you for watching, and we'll see each other in another playthrough. So until then, take care and good night.